A common challenge that comeback trumpet players face is not understanding the warm-up process. In this video, we're going to address the common pitfalls of not dedicating enough time to warming up and having limited time when you do put the horn on your face. We're going to talk about what to do if you don't know what exercises to include in your warm-up. And finally, we'll talk about understanding the relationship between warm-up techniques and the common physical challenges that you're having, like endurance and lip pain. Welcome to a channel I call Trumpet Lessons HQ. I teach comeback trumpet players fundamental practice techniques so that they may find their joy in playing trumpet again without searching all over YouTube. If you like the sound of that, then click the subscribe button and hit the bell notifications so that you don't miss future trumpet lessons here on the channel. Over the last 7 years, I've been helping trumpet players, like my student Ken, who returned to trumpet so that he could play taps for his father-in-law's funeral. Ken quickly discovered that he had severe challenges with endurance since he had not played trumpet in such a long time. So he reached out to me for help, and after practicing the techniques that I teach, Ken has become a featured soloist in his local community band. As for now, let's help you with your trumpet warm-up. I want to begin by addressing the problem of not dedicating enough time to practice. There's no getting around this one. You're going to have to set aside enough time to practice. How much time is up to you. I'd ask you, how good do you want to become? The good news for you is that when you're first returning to trumpet, a little practice goes a long way. It's better to have many small practice sessions instead of having fewer but longer practice sessions. For this reason, if you're able to carve out 2 15-minute sessions each day near the beginning of your return to trumpet, then you'll find yourself gaining strength for trumpet playing again. The first place that I'll recommend you search for time is at the beginning and the end of your days. Some dedicated people practice during their lunch break. You're definitely going to need to become more intentional with making time to practice. That's a mind shift thing, and you're capable of turning that on. Once you start to practice again, you may find that you have limited time to practice. Don't worry. I'm going to show you one of many ways that you can address multiple aspects of your trumpet playing with minimal exercises. For example, let's talk about lead pipe buzzing. There's some great benefits to buzzing the lead pipe. For one, it magnifies whether or not you're playing with steady wind. As trumpet players, everything we do has steady wind at the foundation. Lead pipe buzzing also helps to prepare the face to blow the trumpet without the resistance of the entire trumpet. And it helps to bring the core of your sound into focus. All right, I want to go over buzzing the lead pipe a little bit here. I have another video on the channel where I go more in depth on buzzing the lead pipe. If you've never done this before, it's really simple. Just take your tuning slide out, put it down safely somewhere you don't want to dent it. You want to make sure that you get a steady blow. You don't want the sound wavering, okay? That's the primary goal. All right, so let's do that first. You want to make sure that things are easy going in your body. You're not holding a lot of tension in your body. Typically that happens in the chest, throat, and or shoulder area. Something else I can let you know is typically for most trumpets, the sound you're going for is an E flat. That's what I have with the keyboard here. So that's the sound we want to go for in our mind. I find it's actually helpful to hum that sound along with the keyboard. That helps to bring your body and your awareness toward that sound, which generally helps to do a good job matching that sound. Okay, hum it, or whistle, whatever you're comfortable with. Just produce it with your body. Produce that sound with your body. All right, now I'll play one more time. let the note naturally decay. This is not about holding the sound as long as you can go. This is a warm-up, all right? Normally, you might feel a little tight around here in the face. You can do this until your face loosens up, all right? All right, that's all I'll say about that for now. Again, I have another video dedicated to this subject. You can check that out in a few minutes. Something else that you're going to want to make sure you incorporate in your warm-up are flexibility studies. Now, there are great benefits from practicing flexibility. Flexibility reinforces the coordination between the wind control, wind power, and the tongue and the muscles of the face. All of this collectively is where the most challenging part of trumpet playing is found. So flexibility alone covers so much of trumpet playing that if you're pressed for time, this is one exercise that you definitely should not skip. If you can only practice one exercise, practice flexibility. All right, here I have an example of a flexibility study. This happens to be one of my favorite, which is the Collin Advanced Lip Flexibility Studies. Now, one reason why I love flexibility studies, I said it earlier, you're dealing with multiple foundational parts of trumpet playing all at once, which is wind control, wind power, tongue levels. And while blowing these studies, you're developing the embouchure and the muscles around the lips, okay? So this is a great thing to do every day. Now, I'm going to play this one study for you just to put it in your ear. All right, so I would play this whole number 5 and, go through that and take my time with it. But one cool thing that you can do to save time, you go back to the beginning and you tongue everything. So you have one exercise or one group of exercises where you're addressing multiple fundamental aspects of playing, all right? You can save time this way. I'll do the same one line. This time I'll tongue it. All right, so that's an example of a flexibility exercise. You can do this on any flexibility exercise. The concept transfers. And third, I'm going to recommend that you deal with the fingers through chromatics. Why? Chromatics allow the fingers to get warmed up gradually through the smallest interval possible, and you can become familiar with your fingerings again after such a long time away. All right, so here at Clarke Technical Studies, the first study, the chromatic studies that you may already be familiar with. Everybody knows Clarke. This is a great basic chromatic exercise that you can practice if you're just coming back to the horn day one after a 40-year layoff, or if you've been playing every day for 40 years, everybody can benefit from practicing these. Now, this is something simple that you can do just to get the fingers warmed up for the day. And just like we practice with the flexibility studies, the first pass is written here that you're going to slur it, but you can also go back and tongue everything, and you should. So in 3 short exercises, you really have the opportunity to address all of your range on your trumpet, and that will help you to get a full warm-up. If you need a practice routine that eliminates the guesswork of what to do in your practice sessions, then download the Comeback Trumpet Players Practice Routine that I made especially with you in mind. You can download it for free right now. It has already helped several trumpet players over the last year, and it's yours for free. The link to download it is in the description section below this video. Now, the third thing I want to address in this video today is that you have to come to understand the relationship between warming up and the common challenges that you're having, like low endurance and lip pain. Now, forgive me for stating the obvious, but it needs to be said. Trumpet is a physically demanding instrument. Every instrument has its challenges, but it can be argued that the trumpet is the most demanding instrument to play from a physical standpoint. Now, while it's tempting to pick up the trumpet out of the case cold and reminisce about playing your old band tunes from back in the day, you're going to want to put that off until you have a proper warm-up. Heads up, if you're the type of player that is just good enough to play some gigs, then I need to especially warn you toward better practice habits. The reason why is this: things may be going well for a while, and then seemingly suddenly something goes terribly wrong. Endurance and range are usually the first things to go, and if you ignore the early warning signs, then pain is next to follow. All of this is especially avoidable by having some discipline to warm up daily, and secondly, to practice a balanced fundamental trumpet routine. The days that you practice or don't practice add up for better or for worse. So be certain to practice more often than not, and even better, put multiple practice days together, back to back to back to back. Leave one day a week to rest and then get back into it. Now, what does endurance have to do with warming up and lip pain? First of all, we should never ever have pain when we play. So if you are having pain, simply stop doing the thing that causes pain. Pain usually comes after ignoring a series of other warning signs. One of those signs is low endurance. Now, how you respond to this signal is important. Traditionally, as trumpet players, the macho mentality takes over, and we push and we squeeze and we just need to get through. This all makes things worse. What we are to do instead is to trust the work that we've done in our daily fundamental practice. And if you're not doing this on a regular basis, then you don't have good habits to fall back on, which means you'll likely end up pushing and squeezing and hoping. If you do this long enough, pain is sure to follow. Now, here's a short and simple routine that you may use. Short and simple. Lead pipe work. Secondly, flexibility studies of your choice. Third, Clarke studies. I say Clarke because in my opinion, there's none better than Clarke. But you just want to warm up the fingers and the tongue. Now, you can't incorporate the tongue in fingers and in the flexibility studies. And I understand this is by no means a full practice routine. I'm just talking about warming up in a short amount of time. This is the bare minimum. But if you're serious about your return to trumpet, then download the Comeback Trumpet Players practice routine that I made for you. It's more detailed, and it's something that you can use for the next 6 months at least. Now, if you're more serious about your trumpet journey and want help on this comeback, then you can apply to join my new program, the Returning Trumpet Player Method. There's a community of returning trumpet players already receiving help on a regular basis. You don't have to guess what to practice each day. If you like guidance, then you can apply to be in the program and I'll help you. The link is in the comment section below. If you'd like to continue your education, then click or tap on the video here on the screen, and I'll see you there.